Hello and welcome to a very good week at the Waterhole. And this is an elephant cow. She has very impressive tusks. They're not that thick but very nicely shaped. Some dwarf mongooses again. Now that they've discovered all the nice rocks around the Waterhole, they might be more regular visitors. Small, medium and large. I think he's just playing around here. I don't think there was any malicious intent. Just didn't like the position. Surprised at how often one of these animals will jump into the waterhole, get a fright, and then frighten everybody else too. We didn't see a lot of duiker here during the summer. I think they get a lot of their moisture from the food. Now that it's drying out, they're going to be more regular. That strange noise is that male warthog, believe it or not. That's his courtship song. We had a constant stream of elephants over a period of several hours, but they were pretty well behaved. They didn't break anything. Used to be having a little fight which would continue off into the distance. And then a very unusual sighting. Our first snake, it's in the very bottom left, just where it says 3004. I did move the date later on so we could see it better, but it's a puff adder. And once he'd found his spot, he sat there for the entire night and left at about sunrise, and has been coming every day now for about 4 days. They are ambush predators, and because they don't move around a lot, they don't need to eat very often, so he's happy to sit there indefinitely until a mouse is unlucky enough to come wandering past. The jackal would probably try and catch the puff adder if it saw it, but it is still a risk. You need very fast reflexes to catch one without getting bitten. After 12 long hours of doing nothing, he was about to make his way slowly back into the rocks. This impala thinks he's a horse. Nothing especially unusual on the trail cam, but it is interesting to see what's happening in a more remote part of the property. The downside of this camera, and from what I understand a lot of others, is that they don't start recording until whatever it is close to the center of the screen, so if something walks across you tend to miss out on a lot. This was a herd, or one of the herds, that came to the Waterhole on the same day. This baby's ears fold so neatly over its head. And he's got a bit of an itch. This is a particularly dark male giraffe, but some striking markings at the top of his front legs. Second visit of the puff adder. I've sped it up quite a lot because they are very slow moving, although they can move quickly when they want to. If you startle a puff adder, they can move like a regular snake, or they just crawl along in a straight line when they're not in a hurry. The first of 3 hyena visits this night. I'm not sure how many hyenas actually were. I think at least 2. It looked like they were following each other. The snake has seen quite a lot in its vigil at the Waterhole. And it remains absolutely still because it is frightened of pretty much everything that comes there. There's so many things that would want to eat a snake. So it just remains dead still and avoids detection. Hyena has no idea how close it came to getting a really nasty bite on its nose. And then a huge surprise. I think it's been about a year since we last had wild dogs at the Waterhole. Unfortunately, this time they didn't spend a lot of time there. They didn't get in and have a swim. It looked like they were quite well fed, but it looked like they were on a mission to head somewhere else. I've had it back for another night shift. It clocks in at around sunset, and just after sunrise it clocks out. And night number 4, copy and paste, and everyone's still blissfully unaware that there's a deadly snake lying just next to where they drink. And then we had a bit of drama. It is inevitable, I think, if you've got a buffalo lying so close to where animals are coming to drink. But it does show you how reluctant they are to actually bite. Plan A is to remain dead still, and then to hiss if something gets too close, and then only if that doesn't work will they try and bite. The snake held its nerve for as long as it could, but even then it didn't bite. It just moved a bit, and that was enough to frighten the duiker off. And then the buffalo moved off into the rocks. and banded mongooses with their weekly visit. It's a good thing the puff adder wasn't around, because I think this lot would have ripped it to shreds. And we'll end with a kudu and a duiker from the trail cam. See you next week.